Today's video is going to discuss chapter 2.7, percent of change. So there are two major formulas you could use to solve percent of change. You'll notice this is the same problem on both sides. I just want to kind of demonstrate both of the formulas. So the first formula is that you're going to take the original price, let's just say it's dollars, but it could be anything, is 20, and the the final is 23. So I'm calling this original and this new. So one way to solve this is to go new minus original over original. So in other words, this would become 23 minus 20 over, because this is new minus original over the original. The original is 20. So this becomes 3 over 20. And when you divide 3 over 20, you should get a decimal, which we can then change to a percentage. So my decimal is going to be 0.15, which means I'm going to change this to 15%. Now, the advantage to this method is that, well, I guess both of them are going to be like this, but the advantage here is that I know that because 3 is positive and this is a positive decimal, this is a positive percent, which means it's a 15% increase. Okay? Had it been negative, had this been a negative decimal, it would still be 15%, but it would be a 15% decrease. So some people will write that as a negative, some people will just write it as a decrease. Now, obviously this is the same problem, so I should get the same answer, but the way that one would solve this is I'm going new minus original gives me my change, and my change is going to be the top, or the numerator of this fraction. The original will be the bottom of this fraction, the denominator. The rate of change, which is what I'm looking for, is going to be r, and it's all over 100. So this fraction will not change when you're setting it up. So the first thing I need to do is do new minus original, which I did over here. Same idea. So this would be 23 minus 20 equals 3. So I know my change is 3. This is over the original, which is 20, equals the rate over 100. Now I'm just going to solve this by cross multiplying. And so this becomes 300 equals 20r. And then when I divide 20 to both sides, I end up with r equals 15. Now, this method, the advantage is I don't have to change it from a decimal to a percentage. This is already in percentage for me. And similarly, if this had been negative, then I know it's going to be a decrease. All right, I'm going to have you practice it. You can use either method. Sorry, I couldn't find my slide for a second there. Original is 25. The final, or the new, is 17. Please find the rate of change, percent of change. Pause the video at this time to practice this problem. All right, so depending on how you solve this, the new is 17, so 17 minus 25 is going to get you 8. Right, so there are a bunch of different ways that you could solve this. One way would be to go negative 8, my bad. Negative 8 over 25, right? This is going to be negative 0.32. And so my rate of change would be negative 32% or 32% decrease. Right? The other way, and I won't necessarily solve it this way, however, if you did it this way, it's obviously okay, would be to go negative 8, which is the change, over the original, which is 25, equals r over 100. And then you would just cross multiply, and you should get r equals negative 32. All right, now let's practice what happens with tax. So now this is a problem where I'm definitely going to want to use a calculator. And so I got a calculator by my side, and so I'll tell you exactly what it is that I'm typing into my calculator, though you won't necessarily be able to see it. And so what I need to do is first change the tax into a decimal. So there's a couple ways to change tax to a decimal, or percent to a decimal. One is, you may know the trick where you can move the decimal over 2. But essentially what you're doing is dividing by 100. So if you take 7.25 and you divide by 100, you get 0.0725. Now, it's really important that you don't get 0.725, because that would be 72.5%. And trust me when I tell you, you do not want to pay 72.5% in tax. So I'm going to take the cost, the original cost, which was $28.62, and I'm going to multiply this times the tax, which is 0.0725. Let me type this in. Sorry, I should have had this done for you already. So 28.62 times 0.025, and this equals, I'm going to write this whole thing out so you can see how we're going to have to change this. This is 2.07495. Now, since we are talking about, so this is my tax, but since we're talking about dollars, keep in mind that it obviously will end here. So the question is, with that 7, I'll draw this all the way down, but the question is, with that 7, should I leave it at 7, so it should be $2.07, or should I round up to $2.08? And the number that tells me what I should do is this one. If that is a 5 or greater, I need to round up, so this will become $2.08. Since it is a 4, it means I leave it the same, so my tax is going to be $2.07. So in order to find the total, what I would need to do is take the original, which was $28.62, and I'm going to add $2.07 to that. So it's basically $2.862 plus 2.07, and my final is $30.69. So this is my new cost. Now, there's a couple things to keep in mind. Common sense should tell you that if you pay tax on something, the cost should go up. So if you ever get an answer that's below $28.62, you should immediately know you did something wrong. Right? Like if I had screwed up this decimal and I got $20.74 and I left my answer there, it would seem odd that after paying taxes, my cost went down. It also, your cost shouldn't double or triple. Right? So if you end up getting very close to doubling or tripling, you should probably stop and reconsider, think about what it is that you're doing. All right, I'm going to have you practice one now. Cost is $24.99. Tax is 6.85%. You are trying to find the final or the total cost. Please pause the video at this time to practice this problem. All right. So what you want to do is change this to a decimal. So this is 0.0685. And then I'm going to go $24.99 times 0.0685. And when I put this into the calculator, I get 1.711815. So this is going to be my line, right? It's going to be at the cents. So that's here. And so this 1 tells me that I should just leave it at $1.71, so I'm going to take $24.99 plus 1.71, and I should get $26.70. All right, one final example, and that is the discount. So my cost is $14.89. I'm going to take a discount of 40%. What is the total cost? Now keep in mind, discount means my cost is going down. So at the end of this, my cost should be less than $14.89. So I'm going to take $14.89, and I need to change this into a decimal, and that's 0.4. Now be careful that you're not doing 0.04, because that would be 4%. So $14.89 times 0.4, and this equals 5.956. Now, as we talked about before, remember this is dollars. So this is my line. This 6 tells me that I should round up. So this is going to become $5.96. So I'm going to take $14.89, and I'm going to subtract $5.96. $8.96, and that is $8.93. Now, there is another way to solve this problem. So I'm going to show you this, and for some of you, I think this method may be better. For some of you, it may not be. If you think about the entire cost of this item as being 100%, if you get a discount of 40%, 100 minus 40 is 60%. So that means that 40% of it you no longer have to pay, so you do have to pay for 60% of it. So the other way that you could solve this problem would be to take $14.89 and multiply that by 0.6, because I'm paying 60% of it. And this is going to give me 8.934. So, again, I draw this line. This 4 tells me I should drop it, and so my answer would be the $8.93. Now, I don't think this method is great for everyone, but I think some people who understand exactly what it is that you're doing can figure out it's a much quicker way. Right? You make one multiplication problem and you can solve it. I'm going to give you a practice problem. If you want to try the second method, you can try that. If you want to try the original way, you can do that. The cost is $85. The discount is 20%. What is the final cost of this item? Please pause the video at this time to practice this problem. All right, so there are two ways that you could solve it. I'm going to start with the original method, which is 85. Well, first off, I got to change this to 0.2. So it's going to be $85 times 0.2, and that'll give me 17. Nice, easy number. So I'm going to take 85, I'm going to subtract 17 from the 85, and I should get $68 as my new cost. Now, if you want to try the other way, what you would do is take $85. Since I'm not paying 20%, I am paying 80%, and then 85 times 0.8 should get you to $68. All right, if you want to practice that second method, it's absolutely a good way to go. We can practice it in class on some other problems. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll see you in class.